family. Hello, my loves. Welcome back to Chemistry with Kismet Tarot. I'm Monica, the Kismet Chemist. If you are new to my channel, welcome. Welcome to the family. It's an honor to have you. If you are returning, welcome back. I have missed you. All right, guys. So we have Lionsgate opening up. And Lionsgate opens July 26th every year. And it marks the Egyptian New Year, a time in which the floodwaters rise from the Nile, giving birth to crops and new life, bringing forth the crocodiles that are said to protect the Egyptian people, bringing forth a new year, a new life, a new abundance. This year, Lionsgate opens, and we have numerically a 789 year. And as I was tapping into the energy, I got this message about a collective marching of forward progress, letting go, letting the floodwaters flow in order to bring forth life. It's about an alignment and an awakening to a collective ascension period in time. And for any of you, or for all of you who are stateside, I know that the thought of floodwaters right now is a challenge. It's heavy on all of our minds and all of our hearts, what is going on in our country with the weather, with the flooding, with the loss of lives, children, families. And it's important to remember that there are cycles of life that involve death. And from that springs forth a new reality, a new perception, a new perspective, a new life. We mourn, we grieve, and we move forward. These are messages not intended to be incredibly in-depth, but more just a guide to this opening of the new year. Lionsgate closes on August 12th. That's 8/12. And its pinnacle moment is on 8/8, the 8/8 gateway. This year it's an 8/8/9 gateway. All of this is preparing us for what is to come, for a new beginning, a new start. We have 3 piles. Each of the piles is represented by a card from the Egyptian Book of the Dead Oracle. Pile 1 is the card number 6 with Scarab. Pile 2 is card number 49 with Shoe. Pile 3 is card number 23 with Amulet. I'm going to go ahead and give you guys about 60 seconds, put on some meditation music, and allow you to get into the flow and into the energy. Allow yourself to be guided to the pile or piles that are there for you for the messages. I will see you at your piles. Hello, pile one. If you chose the first card, the card of the scarab, card number 6, this is your message about your forward progress through Lionsgate. So the scarab beetle is also paired with the Isis card of the lunar queen, she of the celestial crescent. And I am going to read a bit from the book on the Isis oracle, but I will do that in just a little bit. I want to talk first about the scarab. We are, as far as I am aware, and I know me as the astrologer is kind of like cringing at how little I am keeping up with the current transits. But last I checked, we are in the process of a Mercury retrograde in the sign of Leo. And with Mercury retrograde, there is this re-return energy. It's this energy of coming back to something that existed prior. The scarab beetle or the scarab card talks about fresh starts, but it also talks about second chances, rebirth, renewal. So as you move into this Egyptian New Year, you are really being called forward into a rebirth energy. 7, 8, 9. We can look at that as the Chariot, the Strength card, and the Hermit card. We can look at it as the 7th, 8th, and 9th houses, where we go through connections into the understanding of the difference between life and death and move forward into a higher level of awareness and understanding, philosophy, belief, and how we move into the world. These are the energies that we're working with. And you start at a 6 energy, which adds in another layer of understanding because it's all about choice, decisions, choosing what is healthy for you, what is right for you. So I'm going to read a little bit about the lunar queen here. So it says, there is a deep feminine wisdom that recognizes the importance of cycles of rest and replenishment as essential balancing to our actions of power and demonstration. You are in a cycle of creation that is about to shift into a new phase. Release and enjoy the process without having to control or force it. Isis, as lunar queen, understands the cycles of creative power and flow. Sometimes it can be hard to let go of a desire to force, control, and make things happen, to exert might and willpower to bring what you wish for into being by sheer determination, exertion, and force. Yet the vast creative powers of the feminine principle is in honoring and flowing with the cycles of activity and rest, of releasing force and surrendering into the perfection of what is happening right now, realizing that this actually brings us divine manifestation and creation more effortlessly and gracefully and to greater effect. The celestial crescent is the moon in her changing form. This oracle comes to you at a time when you are shifting from one phase in your spiritual and creative journey into a new phase. This is a time to pay deep attention to the messages of your body and allow them to guide you. Do you need to balance your activity with more rest? Do you need to be actively creating, but from a more relaxed and allowing rather than a demanding or forceful mental state? Or is it a time for you to spring into action once more? Has the time come to take a step forward? Pay attention to any other card that you draw with the Lunar Queen to more fully understand which phase is most appropriate for you now. So I'm going to leave that there. I am going to do this for you guys. So here is the incantation of the Lunar Queen and how you can heal with this card. If you want to screenshot it and work with it in your own individual time, I strongly encourage you to. I love working with Isis and with the Isis cards. It's just very, very life affirming. But in this way, what I'm really picking up first and foremost is every 29.5 days or so, the moon goes through the entire zodiac, and it also goes through its 8 lunar phases. It changes so rapidly that sometimes it can make your head spin. that is the way that life can work sometimes. It moves so fast and the changes come, and it's demanding that we just engage immediately. No hesitation, no second guessing, to engage and to embrace all the changes that are coming into our lives. But in order to know where we're going, sometimes it requires us to take a step back and reflect, to look back at where we came. So that is actually what this first tarot card and this Egyptian god is representing. This is where you are coming from, and this is where you are heading towards. So let's see where you're coming from. We have the 9 of Pentacles. Oh, I love the Egyptian tarot deck. It's so beautiful, and it feels ancient just in and of itself. And then we have Nefertiti with meditation and the card number 10. So where you're coming from, and this can be, I want to say the first message that I'm picking up is it can be hard to want to walk away from this. Because what this is saying to me, what this energy says is that you have been in this phase of understanding the power of your own mind, the power of your own gifts, your own talents, your own skills, the power of your own independence and creativity, the power that you have, your own self-empowerment. And you're coming from this place, and we can want to really get ourselves like dug deep into it and not get out of that phase, because the 9 of Pentacles is literally the card of personal abundance. It's you've made your way into the world. And with this meditation card, it's all about the mindfulness of what life really is, of the soul that we carry and the purpose and passion that we contain within ourselves to come forward into this life, to become that powerful, creative individual. So coming from this and knowing that you're coming up to a new phase, a phase of change, that can be difficult. It's facing the fact that things can actually go well. I was actually talking to my eldest daughter about this just the other day, about how there's this familial pattern of behavior that she inherited from me, from her biological dad, from my husband and her adoptive dad, from my side of the family, from her father's side of the family. We all have this similar pattern in which it's hard for us to comprehend positive things coming into our lives. And so because we have a hard time comprehending those positive things, we can have a tendency to run from them or to self-sabotage, because we don't understand what it's like to just simply live in goodness all the time. Actually, if you guys are interested, you might want to check out the book, The Big Leap by Gay Hendricks. He talks a lot about this issue, about that upper limit problem. And when you feel like you're finally, excuse me, guys, when you feel like you are finally moving out of a place of upper limit problems where you have transcended every possible roadblock that you've ever faced before, and you're in this really, truly wonderful place in your life, hearing that it's time to change and move into a new phase, I get not wanting to. So the resistance that I can feel in this energy, it's not because you don't. What I'm picking up is that the resistance that you feel is not because you're in the wrong place or doing the wrong thing, or because you don't want to continue to grow, but rather because this is the first real, true goodness, greatness that you're experiencing. And we can want to just extend that feeling for some time. I can't tell you necessarily how it's going to play out because everybody's lives are different. We are all variations of the same color patterns, but we are variations. What I can tell you is some guidance on moving forward. So let's see what we have here. We have the Seven of Wands. And we have the first quarter moon in Virgo. And it says, assess the situation. I'm hearing It Wasn't Me by Shaggy playing in my head for whatever reason. And this is not me saying, I'm not implying that there's any kind of conflict in that way for your pile. Not at all. I'm just hearing the lyrics. I'm going to tell her that I'm sorry for the pain that I've caused. I've been listening to your reason. It makes no sense at all. And that's really what I'm getting here with these two cards. The Seven of Wands is where we have to defend ourselves. We have people coming at us from all angles. We've done the training of the Five of Wands. We have had the success of the Six of Wands. I mean, you are literally coming from that energy. But now we're in the Seven of Wands, and that success that we have to defend. We have to defend our worth and our value and our worthiness of having that success, because people are going to come at us and challenge that. They're going to say, this is not right. You should not have this. Now, a first quarter moon in Virgo generally tends to happen. Let me think. It would happen during Gemini season. Yes, during Gemini season. Because it would occur directly after the Gemini new moon in the cycles of the moon. Yep. So the situation here, it may be in the future. So Gemini season moving forward, which would be May 20th-ish until the summer solstice, June 21st-ish of next year. But if you feel as though you are coming up against people who are challenging your worth and your value, think back to where you were during Gemini season this past year. So the end of May to the end of June-ish, give or take. Where were you? What was your life? What was transpiring in your life during that time frame? What changes were occurring? So in that, it's going to give you a situation that you can look at from a higher perspective, from other angles, so that you can recognize your path out of the conflict. Because this is what rebirth is for. It's for recognizing that there will be conflict. We go through all the different phases. From the Nine of Pentacles, when you move from the Nine of Pentacles to the next one, it's the Ten of Pentacles. That is the card of generational wealth. It's the card of leaving a legacy. From the Seven of Wands, we move to the Eight of Wands. That is rapid change, rapid motion, dedicated direction in which you have your sights set on where you're meant to be and you go after it. So we are here collectively moving forward, making progress. We are moving towards an awakened ascension. Pile one, yours is one that is going to challenge your belief in your own self-worth. So take a step back. Instead of engaging immediately, take a step back, review the situation, assess what's going on, and make a conscious decision of what step to take next. That conscious decision should come from your head, your heart, and your soul, all in alignment, all in harmony, all together on the same page, ready to take that next step. So throughout this new year, this Egyptian new year, throughout Lion's Gate season, this is your time to start looking at the different ways in which your sense of self-worth gets challenged and how you can transcend that so that you don't fall into habits of self-sabotage, habits of holding yourself back. That's what your guides are saying here, and that's the energy that I'm picking up. So these were intended to be just short, sweet, and to the point. And so I want to say thank you guys so much for being here. Thank you to your guides, my guides, the Great Spirit. Thank you to the Egyptian knitter. Thank you to all those with us in spirit in the world. Thank you for the collective of pile 1. Thank you. All right, pile 1, if this resonated and you would like to support my channel, I would be ever so grateful. You can like this video, comment in the comment section. You can share it on social media or with a friend. You can subscribe to my channel. All of these different interactions help my channel grow. They're very appreciated, never expected, and I don't want you to ever feel obligated. But I am always ever so grateful for each and every one of you. Pile 1, thank you again so much. I love you all, and I hope you have a magical Lionsgate. Bye. Hello, pile 2. If you chose the second card, the card Shoe with the number 49, this is your message about what forward progress you are making or it is open for you to make during Lionsgate. Wow. Whew, your energy is, I feel a little bit floaty. I'm trying not to be too distracted. There's like severe thunderstorms moving into my area in about 20 minutes, and I can hear the thunder already starting to rumble, and they have us in a tornado watch right now. But I'm here, you are here, we are here together, and I want to talk to you. First, we're going to talk about the card Shoe, and then we're going to get into the Wings of Isis, which is, this is talking about your energy right now. And then these two cards on this side are the kind of guidance and insight into where you're coming from as you move into Lionsgate. And these are advice for what is to come. So with Shoe, this is an air god personified by the air itself. And this card talks about mental clarity, about your mental health. And I know in America right now, the whole entire field of mental health is somewhat under attack by this, I don't know, governmental administration. I mean, by RFK, whatever. But for a very long time, mental health has been a taboo subject. It's been something that you keep quiet, something that you shy away from sharing, something that is seen as like a dirty little secret if you struggle. Depression, anxiety. And then all of a sudden it seemed like it became so much more popular or at least talked about more. But the stigma doesn't go away. And because the stigma doesn't go away, we can still struggle every single day with admitting that we have an issue, we have a problem, we are struggling. Pile 2, this energy right here is talking about the struggle that you may have been going through or are still going through, and letting you know that you're not alone. This is a time for you to be able to get in touch with your emotional self, with your mental health, with your mindset, to find that clarity from within yourself, not outside of yourself. One thing that has just recently changed in my life is I'm just starting to taper down off of antidepressants. I don't do well with antidepressants for a very long duration of time because of my genetics. But this is the first time where I knew definitively my guides were encouraging me to ask for help, to use whatever help was available for me. And it helped. It got me out of this funk that I was in, this inability to actually experience my life or even to just engage with life beyond, having days where my only success would be I got out of bed for 10 minutes today. I got my kids to school and I got them home from school. But it doesn't mean that I was able to make supper. There were days where I didn't shower, I didn't brush my teeth, I didn't get out of bed because the sorrow, the sadness, the depression was so crushing, so deep. We don't always understand why we're in those phases, but when we don't face it, it creates a power that gets lorded over us, but it comes from within ourselves in and of itself. And so I'm here to tell you it's not taboo. There's no stereotype. There is no stigma here at this channel, here in my community. We talk about mental health, emotional health, spiritual health, because they all matter. Every aspect of them matter. So that is one major proponent of what is going on with you right now. So let's find out what the wings of Isis say for you. And I'm just going to read a little bit out of the book, and then I'll give you guys the ritual that is written here and the incantation. It's going to be a little bit. So it says, wings of Isis and uniting with the angelic self. You have a special spiritual relationship with the angelic worlds. Part of your soul purpose is to birth angelic consciousness and values, such as fearlessness, compassion, and service, into this human culture. This oracle brings you angelic assistance and intervention, and confirmation that any impressions you may have had that you belong not only to the human kingdom, but also to the angelic one, are correct. You have a special spiritual relationship with the angelic worlds and are helping to birth angelic qualities of fearlessness, light, service to the greater good, and alignment of divine will into human form. This is no small task, and although you are well equipped to succeed, there are beings that wish to assist you so that they may grow too, and your success may be more graceful and swift. Isis, divine winged mother, goddess and angel of healing, wishes to assist you with unconditional love now. You are guided to accept angelic assistance and ask for Lady Isis, who loves you unconditionally, to assist you with integrating angelic energies into your consciousness and life. You will be asked to lift yourself up to higher and higher vibrational states of awareness, and this may mean letting go of certain relationships, practices, or states of being, or even particular habits or thought patterns that would lower your vibration into fear, doubt, or shame. Give yourself permission to just let this happen. You do not need to force anything. It is a matter of softening, allowing, and trusting what feels right for you with absolute faith and bold, radical acceptance. It will be okay. There are others like you on the planet, beloved initiate. Though far from the majority, you occupy a special role in the evolution of human consciousness as it connects more deeply and twines with the natural world. The more you accept this part of you, the more you shall draw into your world others like you. You will just feel comfortable with each other because you all hold a similar refined vibration, even in the midst of ordinary everyday relationship. There is a sense of easy connection, mutual understanding, and spiritual acknowledgement. This oracle is also a confirmation that if you have been asking to connect with your angel, praying to a particular angel or archangel, or have been thinking more about angels lately, that genuine connection has been made between you and the angelic kingdom. The angels send you love and peace now and say, "We are with you, beloved one." So here is the first part of the ritual. If you wanted to screenshot it, and then I will turn the page for the rest of it. There we go. All right. Oh, pile 2. There was a time in my life, recently actually, in which I was vaping a lot. I had been a smoker. I quit smoking, and then I started vaping, and then I quit vaping, and then I started vaping again. And then I finally hit my wall where I was like, I know my guides have been encouraging me to move away from these things. And I need to trust that encouragement, trust that faith that they're putting into me, that this is the right thing to do. And so I quit smoking. I quit vaping about 70 to 75 days ago, give or take. But before that, I would throw fits. I didn't walk into it easily because I was using the vices as crutches for hardships. I'd use them as, stress coping mechanisms. But it wasn't worth it. When you're ready to move into the next level of your life, you'll just be ready. So anything that you may have a resistance to quitting or walking away from or anything like that, if you're not ready, you're not ready. That doesn't mean that you're being held back or that you're holding yourself back. We go through these phases as we're meant to. Everything genuinely happens in perfect divine timing, even when we don't understand what that timing is. So let's find out where you're coming from. We have the Hierophant and the card 1 with Ra and Enlightening, the Sun God. Where you're coming from is this understanding about the different traditions, the different rulers or leaders in your life in any way, shape, and form. And this awakening to ways in which you've been misled, whether it's intentional or unintentional. Misled through life by belief, by someone else's beliefs, by the circumstances surrounding you or your situation. The journey that you've been on to bring you here today is one in which you sought the light that exists without being seen. The light that exists within the darkness that you knew existed. You knew it. You knew it as a tangible thing. This metaphorical light was something tangible within your energy. And you sought it out. And in that, many traditions, many structures of beliefs and experiences and life were just put to the test. But as you followed the light, you became your own leader, your own spiritual guru, your own guide. And it brought you here today. Not because you need me, not because you're lost, but because you have earned everything that you've been given in the best ways. And this is just one more confirmation of all that you have done and earned. So let's find out where you're headed. Wow. We have the 7 of Pentacles and the last quarter moon in Sagittarius with practice gratitude. I love it. This one actually showed up in my shuffle when I was prepping for this reading. I was starting to think the last quarter moon in Sagittarius falls right before the Piscean new moon. So this would be during Pisces season. And I would say this is towards the future Pisces season. You might be a Pisces or have your moon in Pisces. I know that's kind of specific, but I'm kind of picking that up that you may have like a full moon in Pisces in your natal chart. Wow, really specific on that one. Where you're headed is this understanding that the practice of gratitude is not always, I am grateful for ... and then you fill in the blank. Practicing gratitude is to wake up every day and recognize that you are alive, that you're breathing, and that your life has meaning, it has worth, it has value. And to be thankful for yourself. It is experienced differently for each and every one of us. So moving forward, really what you're being guided to understand is that as you move from this enlightenment into this leader of your own life, be patient with yourself. Trust the seeds that you have planted. Trust that your growth will happen, and practice the gratitude for reaping the abundant benefits and blessings that are to come, for they have already been here and they are already yours. Be grateful and giving. It's your nature. It doesn't make you weak. It makes you angelic in this world. And I, for one, am grateful for those like you and for you, each and every one of you. So pile 2, I wanted these to be just brief messages this time. So I am going to leave you here. I want to say thank you so much for being here. Thank you to your guides, to my guides, to the Great Spirit for bringing us all together, bringing these messages. Thank you for allowing me to be the conduit to reach those in the collective of pile 2. May they feel that amazing, high energy vibrational force that they are. May they recognize their own angelic souls. Thank you. Pile 2, if this resonated and you would like to support my channel, I would be ever so grateful. You can do that by liking, sharing, subscribing to my channel, or commenting in the comments. Any and all interaction with the channel really does help it grow, helps it reach the audience it's meant to, and it's never expected. I don't want you to ever feel obligated, but it is always, always appreciated. So I will leave you here, my loves, and I will see you at my next reading. Bye. Hello, pile 3. If you chose the third card, the amulet card, number 23, this is your message about your forward progress through Lionsgate this year. The amulet card in and of itself, just to start off with, the amulet card talks about protection and luck. In ancient Egypt, amulets were used as talismans. They were used as protection. They were used to denote the favor of the gods and goddesses. Carried on their being, they held a special power. With that, you also have the Isis card, Portal of Light, and it says, she glides on wings through time and space. And I'm actually going to read from the book because I think that Alana Fairchild just does such a beautiful job with these cards and their information. It is only this physical reality that is bound by time and space. You are a being conscious on levels beyond the physical world. You are guided to work with your healing powers beyond the confines of time and space and to allow your sense of self to expand. It is safe for you to do this now. You will not become ungrounded through such spiritual growth. You are not leaving your earthly awareness. You are instead adding to it. You are growing in power and awareness. You have had breakthrough insights where you realize that you are not who you thought you were. You are, in fact, a much vaster being. Sometimes this was shocking and uncomfortable and difficult to accept. At other times, it was gentle and made much sense to you. You are learning to integrate this awareness of your vast self into your life. The practical consequences of doing so are extraordinary. To live with less and less fear and insecurity, to become more detached and more passionate, more loving and less demanding, to need less and receive more, to feel more joy and exert less force to attain it. Such wonderful gifts await you. You also become capable of exerting healing influence beyond time and space, which means being able to help free yourself and others if you choose to share your healing gifts. You can learn to create freedom from trauma, attachment, history, and any other situation that may drain life force and distract from divine love, no matter whether occurring in this or any other lifetime. That would be my dishwasher finishing, which comes as a perfect confirmation in which I'm going to pause or stop here with the reading, but I am going to show you the rest of it in case you want to screenshot it for your own sake. And then there is a ritual and an incantation that I will give to you guys here if you would like to screenshot it. Wow. Let's try that again. Okay, and then here is the last of the incantation. Come on. Maybe? There we go. Silly little camera. All right, so pile 3. Some of you may have been drawn to another pile. I don't want to say which one, but I did just get that energy from you guys. So if you were drawn to that other pile, just take that as a confirmation that you are still at the right pile. If you went to that one first, well then, thanks for being here at this one as well. Oh, so I've been wearing the same necklace for a very long time. I used to wear different necklaces, a significantly different one. The ones that I wear now have become second nature. I'm sorry. Willow is just being very insistent right now. Give me 1 second. Hi. Did you want to say hello? Hi. Hello, my love. Go outside. Go outside. No. No, no,
Side door open.
Oh, okay, guys. So how many of you here are Sagittarius or Cancer? Sun, moon, rising. I wouldn't normally say that, but Willow only reacts to certain sign energies in the way that she was. So I'm guessing that there might be some of you mixed in here. Anyway, the part that struck me the most with your energy and the resonance within the Isis Oracle was about how you're going through now as you walk through this Lionsgate portal. You're going through an ascension period of time in which your spiritual gifts are growing, but you are staying connected to the earth, staying connected to your physicality, your physical body, your down-to-earth life. That phase, and I'm in that phase right now myself, so I definitely understand when you come from a phase of like, I've been in the higher realms for so long that I'm not really sure even what season it is outside because I have been just kind of floating in the ethers for so long. I've been in that phase before as well, where it feels like I kind of just woke up inside of my body after several months. And it's very kind of discombobulating. But this one is even harder to understand because it can actually feel as though your spiritual gifts aren't really working, or they start manifesting in a different way. This isn't because you did anything wrong, and it isn't necessary to overcomplicate it. It can genuinely be as easy as you just open yourself up and it works. And your guides want you to understand that you don't need any kind of external anything. Like my necklaces, they used to mean something more important to me. Now I wear them because it's habit, because they still pull to me, but not the same way that I used to wear some of my other necklaces. in this way, it's understanding that an amulet doesn't have to be an external object. It can be something internal. But you have great luck coming for you in this next phase as you learn to hone your skills, your talents, your gifts in this physical world in new and I just heard like super interesting ways. So let's find out where you guys came from, what brought you here. Oh, we have the 7 of Wands reversed. That is so weird. I don't normally take reversals, but I'm going to. And then we have, oh my God, this is the second time. The card 35, Mehen, I believe is how you pronounce it. And it says protection. See, the amulet is also about protection. With the 7 of Wands in reverse, this is less about the outside world challenging you, but you challenging yourself because of how disconnected you felt from the outside world. But coming out of this phase, there's this understanding that even though it felt like you were just out of body the whole time, you were protected, divinely protected during that time. And therefore, anyone and anything coming at you, it didn't actually defeat you. And I say that, and then I want to qualify it with this understanding that it may have felt like you were defeated. It may have felt like you were beat down, broken, abused, damaged, and couldn't move on, couldn't move forward. It very well may have felt like that. But your guides and spirit are saying right now, absolutely not. You were never knocked down and out. You were never knocked out. You were where you were supposed to be, and you rose and you championed yourself. You didn't take a wrong turn, and you were protected the whole time. It may not have seemed it, but life could have turned significantly darker. And that's not to say that the darkness that you have been in and that you have gone through was nothing. It's to say we kept the light on for you. Hey, pile 3, what's going on, guys? Let's find out where you're headed. This is an interesting pile. In a good way, I mean that genuinely. King of Chalices or King of Cups. And then we have the first quarter moon in Leo, and it says, be humble. Okay, that means we are Taurus season. You're heading towards a place in which you become, I just heard, king of your own domain. Your domain being your life, your body, your heart, your soul, your spiritual world, your creative endeavors, your job, your family. It's whatever it means to you, your domain. What is your domain? It's whatever it means to you. For me, being the king or queen of my own domain, it would be my home, my family, because that is where the majority of my energy, time, and attention goes to. This is about understanding the nature of what it means to be humble. It doesn't mean that you downplay your worth. It doesn't mean that you downplay what you do or you negate yourself in any way, shape, or form. It means that you say, I understand how great I am, but I also understand that that greatness came with a cost. And the cost was very great. It was painful. It was excruciating. It was challenging, but I made it through it. As you move through this portal, through Lionsgate, your guides want you to know that your humility does not go unseen, unnoticed, that you are always protected, and that when you move in flow with your heart, honoring the emotions, taking action from that place, there is nothing that you can't do, nothing that you can't achieve, and nothing that you cannot have. It's about believing in yourself. And this Lion's Gate is helping you move forward into an ascension of which you have not ever experienced. It's like this whole magical new beginning, almost like the very first time you realize there was magic in the world, but better because you don't have to work so hard at it anymore. That's what I'm getting. Just let the magic flow. All right, pile 3, this is the message I have for you. Ooh, buddy, I love your energy. I am having so much fun in it. And so I want to say thank you so much for allowing me to step into your energy and to read it for you, to bring these messages forth for you. I want to say thank you to your guides, to my guides, to the Great Spirit for bringing us here together today. I want to say thank you so much for the collective of pile 3. For everything that they have done and for the vibration that they elevate this world with. Thank you so much. All right, pile 3, if this resonated and you would like to support my channel, I would be ever so grateful. You can do that by liking this video, commenting in the comment section below. You can share it with your friends or on social media, or you can subscribe to my channel. Any and every interaction with the video, with my channel, it really does truly help my channel grow, and it helps these messages reach who it's meant for. It's never required, it's never expected, and I never want you to feel obligated. But please know it is always appreciated. All right, my loves, this is where I leave you. I hope you have a fantastic Lion's Gate. I will see you at my next reading. I love you all. Bye.